I'm gonna let the team introduce themselves, and then I'm gonna speak to some of the things that they have done in the background. Go ahead, Scott.
Jason, Jamie, Jordan, Esther, Christian Ward.
There you go. We started off, and there was a number of other folks that came with us. It was Dan, Tyler. There was a couple of Tylers. Tyler, I don't know. He was part of this for a long time. Dallas and Gavin. Gavin is he was part of the team. He had some personal come up and had to depart medicine hat. And Jeremy, they were all there at the beginning of this, and we had no idea what we were doing. We started, not a clue. But we knew, basically we had some training to fall back on, and it was more than, what's important for everybody to realize is more than just one guy, putting his boots on in the morning and doing this for, sometimes 10 hours, 11 hours a day. There was safety vehicles to drive. There was food to prepare. There was messages that needed to be sent. There was interview requests to be answered. There was interviews that we conducted live on the road with Christian holding the phone, literally. The fellows in the safety car, making sure that they were safe. Everybody on the team marched for at least a portion of the day, so that I always had somebody with me, and I never felt that I was by myself. There was that moral support. The Canadian ingenuity that went into us going into the most remote locations with our Starlink satellite device, used clinging precariously to the top of a 1996 era Honda Civic with magnets. This was done by this team right here. Right? It's really remarkable. It didn't happen. Them working behind the scenes, maintaining the vehicles, driving the vehicles, buying the food, getting us establishments like this where we have these face-to-face meetings. The T-shirts. My God, I don't know. I had no idea starting a T-shirt empire would be this arduous. This is what happened behind the scenes. This was the folks that made all this happen. There was also a significant effort went in online by our volunteers online in maintaining and managing our various social media platforms and deleting comments that should never have seen the light of day. So I mean that all happened based on everybody who was working behind the scenes online, including John Burrell. Designing the logo for the T-shirt. There was Logan and Michelle, also known as Lucy TV on the YouTube channel. They were the one that contributed to that video you just saw, so you can go find it on the channels if you want to watch it later on. There's so much that happened in behind the scenes. Support from my own family and everybody's family here. Christian's mom even came to visit us at one point. And this is our epilogue show where we go from here. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going home, and that's what I'm doing. On Saturday, I'm going home. Me and Christian got a flight booked out of Ottawa. We're going to fly back to BC. I'm going to Hope, and I think Christian lives in Vancouver. I probably know this. And I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break for a while. But that doesn't mean that everything that we work towards just goes away. There's still things that everybody here can do. It's time for everybody here to realize that maintaining your rights and your freedoms is a personal responsibility. And this is what we try to leave everybody with. And when you have that time, when you're faltering and you're discouraged, then look to your team, your family, your community, your friends. They're there for you. These people, and by this I mean my family here. Questions at the end. Yeah, I'm looking at you because you're holding your finger up like this. Yeah, everybody look at him. So, so this is my family right here. They're as much as my family as my blood relatives, and they're very happy. Okay, so now 14 pairs of shoes and sorry, 14 shoes, more or less. Yeah, but not as much as you would think because we kind of tapered our way up, less and less marching as the days wore on. So it wasn't much suffering for me was when we stopped on June 30th. And typically now I find myself getting more sore from sitting still for too long, which is why I probably will have a hard time writing a book about it. What I want to leave you with is that as this is an epilogue show, this is it for real, no fooling. We're going home. At this point, I would like to, if you have questions about all of this, focus it on what we accomplished, and this is your chance now to ask questions of the team. Like, what were their most memorable or terrifying moments. So, yeah, go ahead, sir.
So we have the whole team up there, and I'd like to introduce myself as the mayor of this municipality. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the council. But they're not in support. I would have loved to give you a key to the municipality, but they took mine away. But nevertheless, it's an absolute delight that you came to our municipality as an epilogue show. I think the crowd speaks for itself. We've been watching and being very, very active here in the Niagara region, and we're really appreciative that you came, your whole team, and did this epilogue show. And I'm looking at this print here on the side, and if I could purchase that, if I win the election in 2.5 weeks, I can guarantee that will be sitting in the municipal office. 2 years, I haven't been able to enter my own municipal office. Only 2 weeks ago, fellow councillor Harold Jonker, your host, also, and I were allowed back into municipal offices as unjabbed politicians, I guess. So change is slowly happening. But again, as you say, they only suspend it, and that's the key with a lot of these mandates. They just suspend them. They're keeping them on the books to resurrect if necessary. So keep up the good. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
There's more to this marching business. Like I said, you look to the example. Now it's your turn. Everybody here is intelligent, creative. You have imaginations. Use them. You can figure it out. Go ahead, man.
I was the woman that pulled over on the Trans-Canada in New Brunswick on September 17th, and I said to you, you need to come down to Niagara region, and this was the best epilogue we're going to get.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead, sir.
I told him, oh, garbage, it's food. And just somebody has to clean it. He did, right? And when I saw that video of you, that's why I realized I was wondering, I need to do something and stop people. I am going to be citizen on Wednesday, so I'm very proud of you. What would you, when you see young immigrants who don't know what's happening in this country, what would you like to tell them? If they meet you and they don't understand what's going on, they're on the other side of the wall. Because so many immigrants don't know what's happening in this country. They think you know that they're a person. I thought of them like that. Until I realized and my conscience turned me so and came back to another country which is also saying what the country was like. So that's think about a lot of things. So what would you tell the young immigrants who come to Canada on how to be a proud Canadian at some point in their life?
Well, I think you might be able to answer your own question. What got you to where you are? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
That's what I would say. You know, if I was to answer that question, I would say, you know, we can talk later. You can give me your name, and I would say, reach out to this gentleman, and I would like you to listen to his story. And that's what I would say too, is that all of us need to have mind, and if you are speaking to a closed mind, then realize that, you know, there's nothing that you can do a lot of the time to open that mind. You have to recognize that it's going to take them coming to their own realization. I made the mistake once of saying that I need to wake people up, but that's not exactly what is going to happen. People got to come to their own realizations. What I would say to you to answer that question is speak to your personal experience about how you came to your conclusions. And what was it that made you think the way that you're thinking now? It's important that you encourage people to listen to other arguments. I came on this journey and I needed to make sure everything I said and did was legitimate by me being professional and not just talking about things I have no real knowledge of. But I can say this now that I have spoken to doctors and scientists and other professionals that, you know, when we make a statement or a claim, there needs to be evidence to back it up. And they had that evidence for me, real evidence, not just phony baloney, do it because I said so evidence. So I'm kind of hoping, I don't know if anybody here wants to kind of pitch in on that, but does that help? Does that answer your question?
It does, because as I mentioned, it takes time to understand certain things, and fear took over my life at some point, because I was worried what to say, because I'm still an immigrant. What if I get deported? Pretty much, that's what I thought. But I said, my life is can overcome everything, including my fear, and I can strike forward and become a good citizen of this country, and that's what helped me get up and talk about it.
Right on. Well, thank you. Thank you for being
Yeah.
here. Go ahead.
A year ago, I started a group called We the People 716, and we started a flag waving event that we do every Saturday. We've done every Saturday without interruption. And there were basically two stories that happened in Canada that really inspired me and a lot of other Americans. One of them was the freedom convoy to all of the truckers. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, go Canada, go get them, yeah, tell them. And I happened to see a live stream of you at the monument for any reason. That was another inspiring thing, and I really wanted to meet you. And I really wanted you to have this American flag.
questions?
Okay, I'm gonna put this on pause for a sec, because I think that, before everybody gets, distracted, what's gonna happen is that Christian's gonna hand off his phone and microphone, and then I'm gonna pass it down the line, and everybody on the team is just gonna give you a brief, summary of what they're gonna be doing next. Yes?
My name is Christian and I'm from Vancouver, and what I'll be doing next, I guess I'm gonna sleep for 2 days at least. Then probably I'm gonna put my cell phone away for another week, just not talk to anybody. Because I think that thing is when, if you watch your finger. It's blocking the camera. And James will hold the camera, I think he's a pro in this. And after that, I'm gonna give a call to James and be like, okay, what's up now? So that's it, thank you.
My name is Esther Caswell. I'm originally from Saskatchewan, but I have residence right now in Austin, Texas. So I came over the border on the day that they voted to keep the Emergency Act, and I've been on the road. I went back to Austin right after Newfoundland because I had spent some days in the country of my residence, and I came back for the end of this March. My normal work is working with families going through trauma, and especially walking with families who have lost a child or someone. So that's going to be actually a very full work, and it already is. I'm already seeing an increase in infant deaths and just a lot of things that are not necessarily expected. And so a lot of my work is walking with people to be able to experience resurrection at the worst moment of their life. And it's been a great privilege to be with some of the most courageous men and women in this country. And I've been changed by what I've seen and what I've heard, speaking to so many Canadians. What's next for me is really just, somebody who, just like I listened to come join James, it was kind of like I need to go. It's a lot of listening and being obedient to God and to what's next, but I'm kind of a secret agent for God, is basically what I do. So.
Well, I can't beat that. Yeah, as I said, my name is Tom. My wife Jordan here. As Esther said, it's about listening and kind of following what you feel in your gut. And many times over this journey, we were asked, "Well, what's next? What's next?" And we really had no idea until about like 2 days ago. And a few of us just sitting around, and as we went across the country meeting all these people, we realized the suffering is really there, and we do have to get back into the community and establish that first. So we're starting another non-for-profit organization to help veterans, Veterans on Wheels, VAL, No Man Left Behind, or No One Left Behind. So we'll be traveling around again still, helping veterans, they need a roof, garden, a deck, even just being set up with Veteran Affairs, even as something as easy or as simple, as talking. So yeah, that is our plan. Obviously a little bit of sleep first as well, but that'll be that.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan, and I started this journey with my beautiful husband and our 3 dogs and a cat. And so they're in the van, they're hopefully being good.
Yeah, so with so many of these guys being veterans, and then we met so many along the way, I realized there's a huge gap that we kind of know is there, but we really witnessed it. So, he wanted to turn our house into a veterans retreat, but we wanted to travel too. So what we decided to do was make our house available to any veteran that wanted to stay on their way through. And then take our amazing friends that we would not have otherwise met without you, James. Thank you. So we're gonna continue to be a little family. So it's actually less scary to end this for us now because we still get to be together. So yeah, together we're gonna. Together we're gonna hopefully continue to change some really necessary things in this country, and hopefully give back that hope that Canadians gave us on this journey. So thank you.
I'm JB from Ottawa Valley, Ontario. That's where I'm going to be going back. I'm going to be sleeping for a couple of days for sure. Probably going to tend to my hay field now of what's left of my lawn. And then we're going to be gearing up and seeing what's next for the crew and going across the country. It's been quite a journey, and really there's no way to express in words what we did here.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm from Manitoba, and tomorrow I'm going to fly out to Alberta to visit my brother, and my whole family is pretty much going to be there too, so I'm pretty excited. I'll get to hang out for Thanksgiving, and then after that I'll go back home and go from there, see what comes next.
Jake from Minneapolis Valley, Nova Scotia. Going home, get ready to take off on our next adventure. Try and put my farm back together, maybe. Deactivate all my social media accounts. And go for a sleep. I'd like to thank everybody. Appreciate it.
Hello, my name is Carla. I'm from Keswick, New Brunswick, and I'm really grateful to be here and to have met these people. And I'm going where Jake goes and where my other brothers and sisters go. So, with a little bit of party as well.
My name is Shelley McPherson. This is my husband, Scott. We're on the same plan as these guys. We're heading out, I think in May is our plan to leave, and we can hardly wait. That's good.
My name is Scott. I was secretly hoping the cord was going to be too short. No luck there. Also like to thank Tom for his soft launch of the Veterans on Wheels. Also, can't wait to continue this crazy journey. Band of misfit brothers. I love it. So, thank you all.
Okay, so now we'll open it up again for some. Yes, the gentleman in the back.
I have a question for Jake. Is there one book you could recommend everyone here read?
From Democracy to Dictatorship, Gene Sharp? Is it Gene? No. Gene Sharp.
Honorable role models for the future. Thank you. Hi there, my name is Carolyn, I'm working with the Township. I wanted to just tell everyone that when you think that a small gesture doesn't work, or they're not even gonna know who I am or whatever, I just want to remind everyone that, remember the time in the House of Commons when one of the MPs stood up and said, we want to know who in the House of Commons is involved in the left? And they shut it down right away, so Mr. Speaker just went nuts and shut it down. That was me. And I was but what I'm just trying to say is, I was afraid to do it because I don't want to. And then second of all, he's not my name, and you know me. But you know what? That's what everybody kicked in about. West, what's West, what's West? And I have had so much positive feedback from that. And second of all, almost all day, every day, I live in Mexico right now, but when I'm here, almost all day, every day, I have little papers with websites on them that show the truth. You know, that the 100,000 doctors or 18,000 doctors who are going worldwide and spreading awareness and the proof. And when I'm talking to somebody, I start off with saying, are you ready for the food shortage? And they're like, what food shortage? If they're not really open to listening, I just say, you know what, I'm just going to leave this with you. And we're curious creatures. We all want to see what's on that paper and those websites. I cannot stress to you how many people have slipped because they've gone to the websites and they've seen the truth. So something as little as that, it's just been huge for me. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to thank you, and I'm here with my 5 kids, and there's 1 kid here that are really precious to me. And I can speak for our family that we have followed the whole way through. And the time will come when we will look back through the corridors of history and we will remember not just yourself, James, but all of you as ones who did something so momentous in Canada's history. And so much of what you've said is forward focused. What do we do now? And where do we go? And I see that you're guardians of the narrative to make sure that this history is told and told accurately. And then so I feel like we've got some responsibility as parents with our children. But on that note, because it's such an influence on the kids, I was wondering if any of you just wanted to say a little message to the children who are here. This is the night where they meet you, where they see you face to face, a night that they will remember for their entire lives. And there's so much inspiration in here. I'm just wondering if you could give them some words to hold on to. Too much?
So, to all the children in this fair place who are ready to go to bed and wondering why all these people are here, the people that are standing in front of you, the people that are sitting in the chairs, are people that care about your future. There are people that are willing to put money, to put comfort, and to put all these other things so that you have access to the truth. Because with the truth, you become free. So the thing that I would say to you is there's something really amazing that all humans have. And it's in us to know the truth. There's something in us that can recognize what is true. If you make a promise to yourself that you will strive to be truthful, that you will strive to see what is true, and you promise that you will put that above other things. Like when your friends are like, you're not cool, and then you kind of want to be like them, so you're like, yeah, those people over there, we don't like them. See, when you put the truth first, you become strong enough to have other people look to you for strength. And you don't even have to be a grown-up to do that. You can be 8 years old, you can be 5 years old. In fact, some of the most honest people I know are under 5 years old. They'll tell you when your breath smells, you know. But I'm like, did you gain weight? You're fat. You know, We have something inside of every human being in the world has something inside of us that recognizes not just information, but what truth is. And it is a delight to know that. And you have that, and I have. So, anything
Okay, we'll take one more.
Hey, quick question for you, Warwick. How did your chain of command react when you decided to rock across country there?
Oh, yeah, well, there, good question. I forgot to cover that. Yeah, no, I'm in trouble. I mean, obviously. It's not common practice for the uniform on and go and make a statement like that on social media. So threat one, and threat two, criticizing government policy. So I have 2 charges pending under National Defense Act 129. Yeah, and that's fine. They got to do what they got to do, and I got to say what needs to be said. So that's ongoing. Nothing has yet come of it. Okay, one more.
I was under making corrections, but people don't understand the charges they're under. Section 119. And that would usually be attached to another charge. So if you got off the charge, you would get off 119. So they've amended it to section 129, which is basically.
It's misconduct. It's misconduct. But the fact is, and what I'll just elaborate on, sorry to cut you off, but I'll just elaborate on the fact that these are not criminal charges. These are charges that are laid against members of the armed forces or sometimes in the DAD, but they are the National Defense Act, and they are not criminal charges. And as it stands right now, is in limbo. There's no has been proceeding until decision has been made. So.
I was a child in the war and communism and fascism, so I experienced everything and seen some stuff that I think that because it was new for a lot of immigrants to live freely, freedom. Seems like that was taken away from us and of course our fellow Canadians. And a lot of those immigrants from Eastern Europe who experienced communism and fascism, we're trying to tell fellow Canadians, it's happening here. A lot of them are still brainwashed and it's hard to get them, they think everything is normal and all that stuff. I've been here 25 years in Canada and but for past 2.5 years since all this started, I've turned in the back third place. Truckers helped a lot of refugees get back out. Yourself as well and your team with everything. And of course, I did go for truck convoy in Ottawa. I'm freezing cold and I didn't my job, I didn't care about anything. If I get fired, I get fired. But I'm going. So it's and I did
Anyway, while the lamp warms up, we're going to call it there, and we'll take some time to meet people. take some pictures and maybe sign some stuff. Thank you. Thank you. That's all.
God keep our